5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, ladies. How are you? Jeannie, Rachel,
Hello.
right? Yes. How are you,
Wow.
ladies?
Hot.
Let me text Beth and ask her how I'm doing.
Oh.
She normally tells me.
Did not work today. I was very lazy and did nothing today.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You didn't even go to the beach.
I didn't. The weather is very warm, but it's very overcast. So no, I did not even go to the beach. I did go look at our house.
A little on a chilly side, but not really.
You guys.
How
It was
is it in Indiana?
45 here. It was 45 when I left my house. And then by the time I got to her house, it was 40.
Well, I just realized something. And I did not have welcome to 3 to agree at the end of that intro. See, I forgot something. Ladies, are you there? Or did you guys fall asleep?
Yep, we're here. I'm sorry, I was dancing to all the music.
And
You
I'm
was just-
shopping on Kohl's.
Oh, you're stopping on Kohl's?
Shopping.
Oh, I thought you said you were stomping on Kohl's. Like,
no, shopping
like,
at Kohl's on
okay.
Kohl's website.
Okay, I was ready to say, did you catch your house on fire or something? And you're trying.
No, I'm trying to do some magic tricks.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, ladies, we were just talking about the intro, and as we move more into things, we're going to update it and make it better and all that stuff. But in the meantime, how are you, ladies? What's going on? Tell me all the goodies. Come on. What's going on? I'm
I
excited.
don't have a lot of goodies. I'm just very, 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 very busy. I feel like I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Yeah.
What?
I have
mean,
to
with
agree.
Christmas and work and, everything. It's just,
Yeah, that's Rachel, that's not good.
no, but it'll slow down here after the holidays, I think.
And
Busy time of year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Janie, what's going on with you? Are you busy too?
Busy because we don't have as many people at work because everyone's pretty much already on their holiday. So those of us that stayed behind to work are doing extra work. So it's a lot.
So thank you all the people that decided to take a vacation before Christmas.
I know. They're the lucky ones.
Yeah, you're it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you busy? Did you make it home?
Well, I am busy, but it's not the busy like you guys are busy. Actually, I think Rachel said she was busy.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's not that. I'm on vacation. I'm on a 2-week vacation. But my I don't even want to call it a honey-do list. There's just a lot of maintenance that I have to do around home, and I've been busting my butt doing that, enjoying it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Good for you.
Yes.
You're saving money and doing it yourself.
Yes. Oh, well, it depends on how you look at it, Rachel. Some people I'm spending. But yeah.
Some people what? I totally missed that.
Some people think I'm spending money, not saving money.
Oh.
We won't name names of who that is.
That's right. But that's what.
So I did want to tell you guys about my recent 5K that I had to run.
All right.
So I just want to start this off by I don't like 5Ks. I don't like the people that like 5Ks. There's nothing good about a 5K.
So how many miles is a 5K?
It's 3.2. So the funny story about that was when I get there, it says Festive 4. And I was like, what is Festive 4? I'm here for a 5K. No, it was actually 4 miles, and I was sold a bill of goods that I would only be running a 5K, which is only 3.2 miles. So that's all I ran.
Hmm.
And I
That's really
stopped.
far to me
It is. I agree with you.
for
is.
running.
It-
I mean, I can walk that, but I don't think I could run that.
Those people that get up early and do that, they are a different breed. That is all I can say. There's just like they were up early, they were dressed in Christmas gear, and they were excited to be out there running. And I don't have that. I don't have it. I can't even find it inside me, and I don't want to do them anymore. Someone signed me up for this one and paid my admission fee. Otherwise, I would not have done it.
Did Mike
So
do it too?
Mike came. He was there as a supporter.
Oh, okay.
So yes, he ran in spirit with me and made sure to, keep me going every time I passed him. I was supposed to go by 4 times, but again, I only went by 3 because I stopped because I thought it was only a 5K. Didn't know it was 4
But couldn't
miles.
you could walk it, right?
You could, but I had that personal goal of I said I would run it. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but it's just a different breed. Those people. Have either of you ever run a 5K?
No.
No, I did eat at a Five Guys burger once.
So, well, where I used to live was like a subdivision. And one day I got a wild hair at my butt and I was like, you know what? I should start running. So my goal was to run the street because it was a dead end street and we were at the top of the street. So I go out there and I realized I can't just all of a sudden run. So I had a goal of running mailbox to mailbox, and then I would walk the next mailbox to mailbox, and then I would run. And that's how I did it. Took me about, I don't know, a couple weeks where I could actually run the whole street and back. But I don't think I could do 3 miles because my street was less than a half a mile.
Well, the issue with me is I wouldn't mind running. I think I would enjoy it, but the only problem is it hurts really bad when I try to run. I mean, it hurts. It hurts my lungs. It hurts my back. It hurts my legs. It hurts my knees. And, I
Maybe
I
if
know,
you did it more though, it wouldn't hurt.
but it hurts. It's like you telling me to stick my hand in a fire. Oh, just keep on sticking your hand in a fire. Eventually it's not going to hurt.
Okay, you and I are going to go run somewhere while you're home.
Uh-oh. Now look what I've started.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
don't have to run far.
Jane,
Run
I
a
know.
half a mile because I know I can run a half a mile.
I don't mind the running. It's the other people that are like up early, so excited. They're all dressed up in their costumes to go and run. I can run at noon. I don't need to be there at 7:30 in the morning to run. And I don't need to wear my Christmas tree when I'm running. I don't mind the
Wait a minute.
running.
Yeah, when
It's
I
the
was down
people.
there in Myrtle Beach, you and I ran.
Yeah, I don't mind the running.
I
It's
did pretty
all of the
good.
people that have that excitement of, oh, I'm here and I'm going to win this race.
They're
No.
too happy about it, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. They're not my people. Those are not my people. That's what I have decided.
I probably would be right there with you.
Oh, goodness.
But it was for a good cause. And so, again, I agreed to a 5K, which was what I ran, and just did not do that last mile.
If we had-
I've done a walking one.
Yeah.
Me and Beth have done a walking one
Yeah.
around the Kentucky Speedway.
Now that's me. I could do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you guys are headed to Kentucky while you're home.
There you go.
No, we're going to go to the park and we're going to run. Kurt and I
Are we
are.
going
All right,
to
you'll
run?
have to report back at the next one and let me know how it goes, Kurt.
Absolutely. We will
I-
definitely do that.
I'm going to videotape it because if you want something funny,
Let
it's
me
going,
videotape it then.
to be funny.
I'll be behind you and I'll videotape you.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to cry. You're going to see a grown man cry.
You'll be fine.
So, any listeners out there, if you all run, let me know the secret of running because I need your help. Rachel's going to run me to death. So,
I'm not a runner either, Kurt. This will be fun for both of us.
no, wait a minute. Fun for both of us? Maybe fun for you.
It'll be
Laugh
good exercise.
hard. I'm going to take like 3 steps and I'll be done.
No. No.
Maybe you need the energy of those runners, and they would maybe energize you and keep you going. All they make me do is roll my eyes and flip them off because there's no reason for all that joy and excitement to go run.
Well, don't worry. We will not be happy about it. But
All right.
we are going to run.
Thank you.
Thinking, but since you said energy, something popped up in my mind that I would like to share, and this is for all of our local listeners here in the Batesville, Guilford, Lawrenceburg, Bright area, West Harrison area. Doc Coffee, DOC Coffee. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, they're a mobile coffee place.
I had their coffee today, and it was amazing. Absolutely.
What was
amazing.
special about it?
It was coffee,
Oh.
and it was amazing. I
Mm.
mean, I don't know what was special about it. It was really good. I mean, it was. I had the cinnamon, brown sugar cinnamon. I think it was iced coffee, and I was about ready to go back and get another one. So, if anybody is out and about, and you see them, please stop by and try their coffee. You'll thank me.
You can actually follow them on Facebook, and they say where they're going to be.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say. Do you know? Is it called Doc Coffee?
Yeah,
DOC,
I think
it's
so.
like DOC and a plus sign coffee, right?
You want me to look it up?
I don't know if you want, but they I know that usually on Thursdays they set up they're close to Logan Supermart. But
DOC apostrophe S coffee.
Doc's Coffee. Okay. And something interesting that I found out about them too is their roasted coffee is made locally. So it's not imported. It's not bought somewhere else. It's actually made in Versailles. And there is a guy there that roasts coffee, and that's where she gets her coffee from. So everything about it's local. So try it out.
Do they have anything besides coffee? I'm not local, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, they have. I think they have like smoothies. And then all the coffee drinks, basically hot coffee, cold coffee. They have, I don't know what all the coffee terms are, but yeah, they have cold drinks, hot drinks, smoothies, stuff like that. Yeah,
It sounds delightful.
it is. And Janie, since you're not around here, you know what I'm going to do next Thursday? I'm going to go buy. Yeah, and I'm gonna,
What are you going to do?
going to go buy one, and I'm going to drink it for you.
Thank you. I'm not a coffee drinker, so if you could get one of the sweet drinks, I'm just looking them up. They have this thing, and it says peanut butter cookie latte, hot or iced.
Oh yes,
Looks delicious.
And what is the site that you went to? Just
Their Facebook page.
and it's just Doc's Coffee, right?
Yep.
That's it. Okay. Well, cool. How about that? Free advertisement for Doc's Coffee, and they didn't even ask me to do it. I just wanted to give a shout out to them because they're amazing. So if we can have all three of our listeners go out and support them, that's great.
Well, one of our listeners is now with our podcaster.
Oh, that's right. So we're back down to 2.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, what are we talking about today? Anybody?
We are talking about that. Hold on.
I thought so. I thought
My mind
Really?
is totally
I'm
been
so
blank.
excited to talk about that.
What's it called? The Netflix show.
Bad
It's-
surgeon?
Bad
Surgeons.
Surgeons. Yes. I think on Facebook you put bad doctors, and I got confused for a minute.
Yeah, well, because I'm a confusing person. I kind of wanted to open it up to everybody because if we talk just about bad surgeons, then they haven't seen the episode. Maybe maybe if I widening it up by saying bad doctors, did they have issues? Because doctors are surgeons. I don't know if you knew that or not, but they do that stuff. So I kind of just opened it up.
Thanks for telling me that. That explains a lot.
It explains a lot. No, but anyway, so yeah, that's what we're talking about. Good. All right. You have.
I actually
didn't.
have. I was just on Snapchat with someone, a friend of mine, and she said she's at urgent care, and I said, "Urgent care? Are you okay?" And she said, "No, my doctor." She's like, "I'm really sick, and my doctor won't give me anything. She just sent this text for me to go to urgent care." And I'm like, "What?" Well, she's breastfeeding. So her doctor said, I guess my friend she went to the doctor a couple of times, and the doctor's like, "Well, you're breastfeeding. I can't give you anything." But she feels terrible. So she must have like sent some kind of message to her doctor, and her doctor replied to the message. She sent me the message, which it was on Snapchat, so I can't see it now, but it was gibberish. It made no sense. It said something about go to coffee, and then the whole thing was weird. And then I was like, what? I said, that doesn't even make any sense. And she's like, I know, but the very last part of it says, if you're feeling that bad, just go to urgent care. So my friend went down to urgent care and they gave her an antibiotic. And I'm like, why couldn't your doctor give you an antibiotic? And she's like, I don't know. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. And I got kind of a similar story about, and I'm going to go more into a nurse practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, I'm not talking about the one that I go to now. I do go to a nurse practitioner now, and she is absolutely amazing. I love her to death. She does a great job, and I'll probably never, ever go to anybody else as long as she's around. But this was prior to her. And it was, I had, and I guess I still do, but I have gout. And when I have flare-ups, I have certain medication I have to take care of my gout. If not, I mean, it gets to a point where it's like a broken foot. It's very, very painful. So I was out of town. I'm talking states away. I ran out of medication. I had a gout flare up. So I called my nurse practitioner. Now, this drug is not a dangerous drug or anything like that. So I called and said, "Hey, is there any way that you can help me out? And then I'll come see you." And nothing, I don't want to go into too much details, but it got deeper than that. And, needless to say, I was not taken care of. I was pretty upset. I felt like that, she had better things to do besides worry about me. And yeah, so I totally get that when someone pushes you aside because they're not making a buck off of you when they're talking to you on the phone or something. I don't know what the situation is. It does stink.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You should be able to count on your doctor.
You should be able
help.
to count on your doctor. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. But have you guys had any bad doctor's experience?
So I haven't, and not in defense of our doctors, but having moved from Ohio to South Carolina, the healthcare system is very different in the South than in the North. And I'm speaking from a healthcare provider perspective. There seems to be a lot more patients and a lot less doctors. So trying to get in to see your doctor for a sick visit, you may not be able to get in and be seen on the same day. So I think that's an issue. That's a societal issue for all of the people out there that are sick, because you can't get in to see your doctor when you're sick. So then you're continue to create illness amongst other people. While yes, I can go to urgent care, that costs me more money because my insurance only pays a certain amount at urgent care and it pays a certain amount at my physician. So there's other things in there. But from looking at it from a physician standpoint, if they haven't seen you, like I think I needed to have a prescription recently refilled. And she said, you have to have an appointment on file before I can refill it. Okay, that's fine. My appointment is in like August of 2024.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, you have to have me have an appointment to refill my prescription, but you actually can't see me until August. They refilled the prescription. That wasn't the issue. The issue was I had to be on their books before they would refill the prescription, which again comes down to an insurance thing and whatever their rules and laws are. I understand all that. I just think it's odd that I'm on your books in August. I needed the prescription in November of 2023.
Right.
So,
It's like that at the dentist too. Like our dentist, you're supposed to go every 6 months. Well, now it's 8 because they can't get you in every 6 months.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
went to the dentist, Josie and I did, and they couldn't get us in until August of 2024 for the next visit.
Yeah. And just like the story I was telling you, the medication, and I keep on saying medication. I would tell you the name of it if I knew what it is. I know what color it is, but I know that's not going to help you. But basically, I take as needed. It's not like I take it every day, So when I have a flare up, I just take it. And normally, my doctors will give me enough to get me by. Unfortunately, this one never did, and never tried to make it right. So I ended up leaving that practice. And then when that person left, I ended up going back to that practice to the new person. And she's wonderful. So, but yeah.
And it's, I think when I was sick and needed to have surgery and went to see a physician, I should have been sent to the emergency department and had immediate surgery. They did, and they just went ahead and scheduled it as a scheduled surgery. So I ended up coming back home, and I was still sick. So, there's a lot to be desired as from healthcare perspective, but more so, I find it very different down in the South than up north.
Well, what's that hospital in South Dakota? Where was I? Columbia. Is that right?
You were in Columbia, and that hospital is no longer there. It was purchased by MUSC. So MUSC owns that hospital.
But that's not South Dakota.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. I mean, not Dakota. I'm sorry. South Carolina. Sorry. Well, that hospital saved my life. So I'm indebted to that hospital. It was St. Francis, right? Or something like that.
Something like that. But they were purchased like almost when you walked out the door. The ink was probably still wet on the paper.
They probably was waiting for me to pay my bill to go ahead and finish out the deal. No, but kudos to them. They did a wonderful job. So there's good, and there's bad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying it's all bad, but
Well, did you guys get to watch all 3 of the episodes of this?
I did.
So
yes.
What'd you think? I want to hear about what you guys are thinking.
He's a player. I'll tell you. I mean, I just don't understand how someone can lie like he lied and got by with what he did. But if you stop and think about it, is if the guy has so much freaking money and he can travel anywhere he wants, then technically anybody can have 3-4 different lives and no one will ever know about it. You just tell your other partner, hey, I gotta go to surgery. I'll be back in a couple weeks. And
but you can't sit there and tell someone that you're going to marry them and you have all these plans and places booked and all this stuff and they would never find out about it.
Well, you know what? That's true.
That made no sense to me.
It didn't, and I wonder if all the money he was spending, was that a corporate credit card or a personal credit card? Did one of the hospitals fund all of that travel, thinking that he was traveling and doing research? And that never came out, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Well, I mean, who he worked for, the group he worked with shut their doors, so it's possible.
Because that's what I was wondering, if he was using corporate credit cards to fund all of these wonderful trips, saying that he's going and interviewing more research candidates and putting plastic tubes in their throats that have 0 chance of survival.
Yeah. So all the listeners out there that really don't know what we're talking about, but there's a Netflix series out called The Bad Surgeon, and it's a 3 episode, and it's basically about a surgeon, um, that came up with this technology of replacing your windpipe with a plastic piece of windpipe, and
With stem cells on it so that your
with
stem cells regrow to it.
yeah,
Not
and
regrow, but grow to it and it becomes your windpipe.
yeah, and he made he just his popularity went through the roof over this, his technologies, and he done. I think they said that only one case that they know of, the patient's still living, but the rest of them died because he was just using people for guinea pigs.
Yeah, and the one that lived had it removed.
Yeah.
They actually took out the
Mhm.
windpipe that he had put in,
And that's
which I
probably
think saved his life.
yeah, would save his life. Yeah. So,
But the
and on
people
top,
were all over the different countries and stuff, so it's like they didn't talk, they didn't see each other on the news or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Different countries,
So
and
that's how he was getting away with it.
yeah, and same thing with his wife. I guess he had a wife and a few kids. And then over in America, he met this lady, and they were engaged to get married. This lady had a daughter from a previous marriage, and all the lies saying that he's actually the Pope's doctor, and then he comes back and tells her, goes, well, I got to tell you the truth. I work with the CIA?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's a gunman for the CIA, and him being a doctor is a cover up. And there was all kind of crazy stuff that was coming out of his mouth. And finally she realized it. And how she realized it, where did she go?
She went to wherever they were supposed to get married and move into his home because she had not been there yet, whatever country they were.
Well, she
supposed to get to.
she started getting suspicious. So remember, because she went there in incognito. She went with her friends and she had a wig on, and because I think deep down she knew something wasn't right. And somebody had told her, because he had told her that the Pope was going to marry them. And then somebody said, the Pope's going to be gone out of the country at that time. There's no way. And it's been planned for years or whatever. So there's no way he had planned on marrying you guys. And then she went there incognito, and her friends walked up there, and he had a family there living in that house that he was supposed to move her and her daughter into. But that's what I don't understand. Like, how would he think he could ever get away with that?
And that's the other thing is, I wonder if he thought, like, maybe he wanted out and this was his out. Like, maybe he couldn't keep up with his own lies anymore, and he knew that this was his out.
And he sent invites to the people that passed away's families for this fake wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You know why he did that? He didn't want to get sued, so he became friends.
Absolutely, but they would find out. It's not like they could. There's no way for them not to figure it out, because when they would go there, there'd be no wedding. There'd be no place for them to stay. You know what I mean? Like, what was his plan in all of this?
I think his plan was basically the follow through of what he wanted to do, but he was trying to get rid of loose ends back home, and making promises that he can't keep that end up biting him in the butt. But I just think that's exactly what happened. It's just everything came unglued.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying.
But I think he lived in a fantasy world. Like, I think everything that he did was a fantasy. So even this wedding that the Pope was going to marry them, and all the people were going to stay in the, castle next to it.
Yeah.
I think he was in such a fantasy world that.
Like, you think he believed it himself?
Well,
I don't know. I think he kind of did, because everything about him was fantasy.
It would make sense, because you can't invite people to a wedding when there's no wedding and not expect all that to come out.
How many times has he told his patients or his coworkers that he's either God or he's above God?
Yep. He
Mhm.
has a God complex for sure.
Yeah, so I honestly believe that he thought he could make it happen.
hmm
He lives in a fantasy world. Yeah.
I don't know, but then they find out that the windpipes didn't even have any stem cells on them at all.
Yeah.
So that was the total lie. And then remember the one part where the guy came to him and they were like, all these windpipes are bad.
hmm
And then they were like,
Go
oh,
ahead.
one of them was like 3 centimeters too short, or I forget how short it was. But, and then these were, something was wrong with these. And he's like, we'll use the short one. And the guy's like, what?
Yeah.
Like he did not care for human life at all.
Nope. Nope. And what really got to me is when he went to court for the first time, he got off.
Oh, I know. I
He was,
cannot believe that.
what was it, a 2-month probation or something like that, or is what he got.
Mhm.
And then later thrown in jail for 2.5 years, but still 2.5 years.
For all the people we killed.
All the people he killed. What is wrong with this world? And one thing I did not notice is where did he go to court at?
I don't know.
Because
Wherever he went to court, he immediately left that state. I do remember him saying not that state, but that country.
yeah, it wasn't in the United States though, so
No.
can't remember where it was, and that's probably why. Everybody has different laws, but if he was in the United States, I guarantee you he'll be in prison for a long time. Long
Yeah.
time.
And he
But
shouldn't.
I don't understand why they don't prosecute him over here.
I don't know.
I mean, he killed some people over here.
Yeah. Well, see, I had some stuff that I had looked up, and so I just wonder, because it was still experimental, and I don't have enough research to speak in an educated fashion on this, but I'm just curious if, because it was experimental surgery, one, insurance doesn't typically pay for experimental surgery, so anybody that was doing this was paying out of pocket, unless you could find some glitch in your insurance to get it paid, but typically they're not going to pay for experimental procedures. So you're talking about cash money that these people were ponying up, and then they're dying. And this, I'm sure, was not an inexpensive surgery. I'm sure that it was extremely, extremely costly. But I don't understand how they got permission to do an experimental surgery in this. I guess they didn't do it in the States, though. They took the people to another country. Isn't that correct? I thought they went to whatever country he was in.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he did I don't think he did anything here in the United States. I think the family had to go to other countries.
That is absolutely right. You are correct. And that makes sense why there was no lawsuits in the state. That makes okay, you're right.
Because here there's in 1974, there was the National Research Act. It was signed into law that protects human subjects of biomedical and behavioral research. So we've had that in effect since the Tuskegee Airmen experiments. So.
Well, and I'm sure if it's experimental, they sign waivers and stuff too that can be held against them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, even though he was doing it on purpose, that paper probably helped him a lot.
Yeah, and I hope. I mean, I don't know, but my curiosity is what's going to happen when he gets out of jail. Is he going to continue down this road?
Well, I hope to God they take away his license.
Well,
I know that we're in other countries. I don't know how it works in other countries. Now, yes, in the United States, I think he would definitely lose his medical license, but I don't know. I don't know about in another country if he would.
I don't know. They just gave him basically a slap on the wrist, so they probably don't don't care.
They don't care. That's right.
So again, we have to think about our healthcare in the United States, and as difficult as it can be sometimes, it's probably a lot safer than the alternative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
I wonder what country was that in? Because a lot of these countries have free healthcare, and I'm wondering if they had to pay
Well,
anything.
Well, I know one of the countries was Germany.
Yeah.
I
And I
remember.
think one of the girls was from Russia too.
I remember Russia, yeah.
Yep,
I don't
Russia.
know. But this kind of reminded me of Painkillers. Have you seen that?
I have.
I have not.
You need to watch that one next, Kurt.
Gotta watch it.
It's so
Right.
good.
It's kind of like this though, like what they were doing, they knew what they were doing. I won't tell you so you can watch it, but that one made me mad too.
Yeah, we live in a crazy world. We really do. We really.
I think that my biggest takeaway from it was that it was the unregulated medical experiments. He didn't follow any protocols, and even his own team talked about not following protocols for potentially life-saving medical advancements. You're supposed to test on animals. Now we have laws that say you can't test on animals, so I don't know how that stands up anymore, but he just totally skipped over that and started putting things in humans, and that's just with no real understanding of what the outcome would be.
But didn't he say that he tested it on animals? And then they found out that was a lie.
Yeah, he was trying to when they were asking the questions about that, he was coming up with excuses around that answer. But yeah, that's kind of was leaning to like
that's the way I took it.
Yeah, like they said, hey, did you test on animals? You didn't even test this on animals. He goes, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
And he didn't say, oh, yes, I did. But he's like, well, how do you know? That kind of thing, backpedaling. But
well, I'm surprised the journalist lady didn't figure things out earlier.
Sooner.
Yeah. She said what? They were together 2 years?
Yeah, but she says love is blind.
It is.
Yeah.
But as a journalist, you would think she's very, what's the word?
Intuitive, inquisitive.
Yeah, like she would look into things because that's her job anyway.
I think my tip off would have been, hey, you've got like 5 phones, buddy.
Yeah.
Nobody needs 5 phones.
Exactly.
Nobody.
And why? Yeah.
Oh, we're going to France. We're going to Paris. Okay, well, I'll worry about that when we get back. That's exactly what I'm thinking. She's going on all these vacations with them. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
He probably was doing that on purpose to get her mind off of it.
Oh yeah, he was good at that.
It's one thing he was good at.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely was a pro at it. So like she said in the interview, she's like, I have no idea how many girlfriends, how many wives he has out there. And I'm sure he had a lot of them.
Well, that one lady that they had a baby together.
Yeah.
I think she was from Russia. She was one of the patient's mom. Yeah. And
Yep.
But I go with Kurt's theory that he started dating her so he wouldn't get sued.
Yeah, 100%.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Something else.
So again, you have to be your own patient advocate. You have to do your own research and don't do experimental studies that maybe are done outside of the U.S. would be my takeaways.
I agree.
No kidding.
But I think some people are in such dire need for an answer to whatever their health problem is that they would do almost anything and go to almost any country, any lengths if they thought it would extend their life or relieve them from pain. So I think I can see the double-edged sword and I can see both sides of that. And apparently he was very Rico Suave when he would meet his patients.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Which then goes into coercion, which that is against the medical practice. You can't coerce your patients or clients. So that led me to believe that he was just using coercion to get them to be part of his experiment, which is very, very, very illegal.
But what would you do seriously though if you had an issue? Just say, Kurt, your gout, okay? If some doctor, medical physician came to you and said, "Oh, I can cure your gout," like, and you're like, "What?" And yeah, you'll never have any more problems. All you have to do is let me do this, and it will be gone. Would you do it?
Beth will never, ever, ever.
We're not talking about that in general.
So I'll be in pain for the rest of my life.
You know what I mean, though? Like, you would be like, okay, he's a medical professional. Like, you kind of put your trust into doctors.
Well, yeah, and that's what they're there for. I mean, they go to school. They're educated. They're supposed to know that. You know, just like if they had a low voltage question, I hope they trusted me to come to me to help them through what they need to get through. I've been doing it forever and a day.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I mean, there should be a trust thing there. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know.
It's just sad all them people had to die. Especially, did you see the little girl? Oh,
I know.
sad.
Broke my heart. And almost every one of them was coughing up flesh.
And how
What?
could you even look at a little girl? I mean, anybody really, but and know what you're doing to her.
And he never ever visited. After the surgery, he'll come in right after the surgery, see how they're doing, and then he'll disappear and they'll never see him again.
Or that one lady that went on the stage and then like that night she died.
Yep.
Yes.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I think the lack of aftercare, because I think he was probably looking for his next experimental client. He was looking for his next patient, so he didn't have time to stick around and deal with the aftermath because he was jetting off to whatever other country to find the next patient that he could coerce into being part of his experiment.
Right. And he probably knew what was going to happen.
He
Yeah,
probably
So he had to get the hell out of there.
right. He was in denial, and that's a good way for him to stay in denial. That while they died from something else, it wasn't. You know, they died because of the health care that he got. You know, not because of my surgery.
It was other underlying issues.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know, we got great doctors over here, and none of this should never ever happen over here. I don't see how it could happen over here, but always know your doctor, though. Always know your physician. You know, it's the only advice that I can give.
And I think we have so many research laws for clinical research and anything like that, just because of the mishaps that we did have in the United States several years ago, that we're far beyond anything like that happening.
I
I
agree.
think if it happened, it would be a very isolated incident. It would not be the mass quantities of people that it's already occurred in the United States. It would be a very isolated incident. And I don't know that any of our hospital systems would stand behind a physician the way that Karolinska Institute stood behind him.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah. They would not stand that here. No.
I agree. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Wow.
So you have to watch Painkillers.
I'll do that.
Yes. Maybe we'll touch base on that at some point. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
You'll be mad.
You'll be very mad. Yeah, because it's a little bit longer than 3 episodes, but it's good.
It's good. All right, I will. I'll tell you what. I'll watch that, Rachel, while you run.
Or we could watch it while we run.
If you go to the gym, it's a good gym watch.
A good gym watch. That's right. I don't know a gym though. I know. Oh, my dad's name's Jim. I guess.
Gosh. Yes, your father.
Yeah, I can go to my dad's gym and watch it.
No, go to the gym. There's a gym in Harrison. Right there on
It's like
State
3
Street.
gyms in Harrison.
I do. I have a gym membership, and I need to start going back there. So yeah, okay.
Well,
I'm.
It is almost 2024. It's time for those New Year's resolutions.
That's right. That's right.
I have none. I'm going to be the same old me.
There you go.
You're not
Well,
going to have a resolution?
No, I'm going to be the same old me, just more of it for 2024. Get ready.
there
Okay,
you.
I'm
There
ready.
you go. For me, I'll have a resolution or two, but I just never will stick with it. That's my problem. But we'll see. But anyway, well, we've been on almost an hour. You ladies got anything else?
I don't, but I think, did you want to talk a little bit about Christmas coming up?
Oh, that's right. Hey, you know what? You bring up a good point, because I don't think we're going to be doing another podcast until after Christmas. Am I correct?
I thought we could do one on Christmas Day.
I mean, I'm free. Let's do that.
You know what? Rachel, we're probably going to be together anyway. So
We're going to be running that day.
we're going to be running with a Christmas tree.
Oh, now you're going to run with a Christmas tree. Okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, really.
I'm going to need the videos as proof.
There you go.
Don't
Receipt,
worry, I
receipt.
will put it on social media.
There you go. No, but yeah. So that's a good thing, Janie. What are you doing for Christmas? Are you guys just sticking around the house? You're gonna go see family, or what's your plans?
Mike's mom and stepdad are headed down on Saturday. They rented a place because we're still in the tiny house, and we're going to have Christmas at whatever rental they've got. So
Very nice. Very, very cool. And Rachel,
Hmm.
whatever you're doing, I'm doing the same thing, I think. But what do you do for Christmas?
Well, on Christmas Eve, we don't do anything because all you guys go to other people's houses.
We're going to my mom's at 1:00. But in the evenings we'll be back, so we need to kind of plan to get together and play some games or something if you guys want to.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We
Yeah.
used to do that.
We did used to
Then
do
the
that.
last couple of years, you guys didn't do it. Did you go later to your mom's or something?
We did, but we're going earlier now. Yeah, we might be able to do that. It all depends on what time we leave there. But we got a couple new board games here, I believe, as well. It's pretty fun to play. I think you played them already, though.
I don't know. And then Christmas
hope-
morning, we open gifts here, and then we go to my mom's, which you'll be there for brunch. And then later in the day, we go over to Adam's side.
Yeah, not me. Later in the day, I go to sleep.
no, you have running on the calendar. Don't forget.
Crap. I
Oh,
gotta
that's
put that
right.
in there
Running.
somewhere.
That's right.
No, I'm serious. We will be running, Kurt. Maybe not on Christmas Day, but around Christmas, we'll be running before you leave.
Okay. Like can you be more specific when you say running? Are we like errands or
We're going to be jogging with our feet on pavement.
jogging with? That's what I thought, and that hurts.
It's good for
But anyway,
you.
all right, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. But yeah, so Merry Christmas to both of you. Merry Christmas to everybody that's listening to our podcast. We're going to be finishing off the year strong. We did have I sent you guys some information. I think it was yesterday about our podcast, the growth that we've had. We had a pretty nice growth.
Yes, that was great.
We are rated number one locally. We are rated, I think, within the 30% of surrounding areas like Cincinnati and Dayton and stuff like that. So we're doing really, really well, and we are keep on climbing, and we thank all of you guys for it. Because you're listening to us, and I don't know why, but no, I'm joking. Listening to
This is good stuff. It's good stuff. That's why they're listening.
That's right, good stuff. And then we greatly appreciate you. So Anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys, and Happy New Year. Are we going to do one between Christmas and New Year's, or are we just going to wait till
We
after
have
the?
to have one.
We have to.
We have to end the year strong.
Okay, so after Christmas we'll do one more, and then yeah, and then we'll go into the New Year's. So yeah. So again, thank you so much. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook if you haven't already, and pretty much all the social media sites out there. It's 3-2-agree. Email 3-2-agree@gmail.com as well. Please reach out to us. We love hearing from you guys. And again, we greatly appreciate you, and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Take care, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.